state of California spends more than $45,000 per inmate and less than $10,000 per child in public education. California isn't the only state to do this. So the second largest school district in the nation, LAUSD, just completed a district-wide strike that we all saw. We saw it on the news, newspapers, social media, and even some of us saw it walking by or driving by past the school. So we all owe a good majority of our education to our teachers. They're the ones that helped us learn and made it possible for us to be here at Cal State LA. So the teacher union recently went on strike for a variety of reasons, including lack of investment and low pay made by poor choices by the superintendent. My mom has been a teacher for about 15 years now. She taught kindergarten when she first started, following second and third grade after that. I know how hard it is to be a teacher, the challenges she faced throughout, and seeing her come home tired and continuing to work. Besides experiencing and seeing these things for myself, I have read many credible articles talking about the strike. So there was many reasons why teachers went on strike, but I'm going to focus on the financial part of it. First, I will talk about how underinvested these schools are. Second, how bad teachers are being paid. And last, what happened during the strike and some things that they want. So as I just mentioned, first I'll be talking about how underinvested these schools are. So according to Jeff Spross, in an article for the Week website published on January 21st, 2019, he stated that it's about class sizes that are too big, teachers who are underpaid, staffs that are too small, resources that are too few, infrastructure that's crumbling, and low income and special needs students who aren't getting enough help. So as these schools face many challenges, they can't afford to hire as many personnel as they would like. As these schools face a lack of money, they face many challenges. This results in a lack of nurses, a lack of counselors, a lack of librarians, and even mental health professionals. As stated by my mother on March 1st, 2019, she said that her school only had a nurse for 2 days out of the week, meaning they weren't there the other 3. So besides having a lack of staff, many schools are facing a lack of money to buy resources. They can only buy so much and tend to buy only what they really needed. In some cases, teachers might need a certain resource, but the school can't provide them with that. This leads me to my second point, teachers being underpaid. As I just finished discussing how schools are being underinvested, let me talk about how teachers are being underpaid. So you would think, being the second largest school district in the nation, they would have enough money to pay the teachers what they want, and they do. So according to Amanda Sukuma, in an article for Vox website published on January 14, 2019, she said that an independent report found that the district has $1.8 billion in reserves, a sum that's been growing significantly over the past 5 years. So why do teachers want to raise? Some say from working harder than they should be and being understaffed, having to be nurses as well as teachers, having to be librarians, counselors, and even mental health professionals. The schools they work in are not properly invested, so this affects teachers financially as well. They have to buy their own resources for their own classrooms and schools that they may not have, money that they may not have but willing to use towards their own students. So as I just finished talking about how teachers are being underpaid, last let me talk about the strike and some things that happened. So during the strike, the strike lasted a total of 6 instructional days, meaning not counting weekends and not counting holidays. Every school in the district participated except for one in the valley. For each one of those schools, the majority of teachers did not work and were outside striking with posters and signs such as these, "Ask my mom's," "Junior meets an MRI," and then it was raining the whole time too, so that wasn't fun. I like that too. So posted on the UTLA website on January 22nd, 2019, they posted that after 6 long days of striking, along with students, parents, and community members across LA, we have reached a historical agreement that addresses major issues impacting our schools, students, and professions. During the march, every teacher that participated did not get paid. The district had to hire subs and out-of-district subs that raised red flags. Besides subs, the schools asked for volunteers without being background checked. These 2 situations led the union to be victorious. So besides that, the district was spending more money on subs than they would have used on the teachers. The subs were being paid as if they're vice principals or principals. So at the end, the teachers did win. They got their 6% raise increase, they got smaller classrooms, and got more staff. So as I come to an end, let me list the topics that we just went over. First, how schools are underinvested. Second, how poorly teachers are being paid. And last, what happened during the strike and some things that they want. So the teacher union recently went on strike for many reasons. First, for lack of investment and low pay made by poor choices by the superintendent. Teachers in LAUSD were willing to not get paid for weeks, willing to lose money to make sure that their students have an education and future that they deserve. Kids who aren't even related to them, but kids they do just truly do care about. Thank you.